Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into another edition of MNW Firing Line. I am your host, Mojo, and joining with me as always is my co-host, Faye Jinn. How's it going, Faye?
Oh, it's been a long day. It's starting to warm up here as we're moving, we're migrating from spring into the summer days. And, that means Multiverse is getting ever closer. So I'm alright. I need more water, though. It's hot out there. Very hot.
You know, it wouldn't be as bad if it wasn't for the humidity, but hey, that doesn't mean that we can't enjoy everything heating up here in MNW. So, it's like Faye was saying, everything is coming together. Everything is coming closer to Multivania on the 2nd and the 3rd of July, and I cannot wait, personally speaking. But I'm just excited, ladies and gentlemen. What can I say? All right. So how's it? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And a lot to be excited about. But we got a lot of excitement today, don't we?
That is for sure. We're going to go ahead and kick off with Friday Night Flashbang that was on Sunday this week. And so happy Mother's Day. So happy belated Mother's Day to all of our competitors and those who work in MNW proper who are moms. We appreciate every single one of you. And we're going to go ahead and get on started with, as how we always start Friday, how we always begin Flashbang. We're going to hear some words from the interim GM. We're going to hear from Mr. Lawson.
Apparently everyone in this multiverse has forgotten who runs the show, and that is the brass. We have vigilantes taking the shows into their own hands, and yes, I'm looking at you, Mizuki Napier. See, everyone likes to call me the bad guy around here when I have done nothing but stick to the rules, something that you and some of your colleagues have no ability to do. So tonight I'm going to show you, with the authority of the brass, what an abuse of power looks like. Tonight, the Crimson Phoenix, you know, the one you left behind when you went to invade Warzone, will re-team with Suicide Gemini to take on, I don't know, let's say the forces of nature. You all like them, right? Big Rock and Huge Mane. Big fans of theirs, aren't you? Well, guess what, Big Rock and Huge Mane? If you do not defeat Suicide Gemini and the Crimson Phoenix, which I expect you to do, regardless of what Suicide decides to do, you are both suspended for 30 days without pay. So get the job done. Speaking of people who don't get the job done, APS, you thought you were very cute. Getting a double count out as a way to get around my stipulation. I will not allow this to continue. So tonight, you two are going to take on 2/3 of the trio's champions. And if you two lose that match to AAA, and AAA I do expect you to win, then APS, you will be officially under review by the brass. And that means no more competitions until we do a thorough investigation as to whether or not you are still necessary here on Flashbang. I hope I make myself very clear. Enjoy your night, Flashbang.
Lawson's getting, like, really angry as of late, isn't he?
Well, the pressure is on the road to Multivania. We've got about a month and a half until then. And,
yeah. Like,
yeah.
I understand that, like, what's going on with Brawlkaiser, especially with Lawson's apparent targeting of the Sentai hero, has been a bit... Well, a lot of people have argued harsh, but he's taking it out not only on APS, but also, I mean, the forces of nature. What did the forces of nature do to Lawson?
I don't know. It's just very frustrating all around. I mean, more frustrating, I'm sure, for the Flashbang roster, as Lawson over here is just coming down unnecessarily harsh. And yeah, I mean, it's killing the fun a little bit. I can sort of understand why the pressure would be on, because as far as show ratings and all that. He doesn't want anything going unplanned, shall we say. Maybe the brass are getting on to him.
Yeah, like exactly. Like, I don't think it's. Now we'll probably see later on in the night, but I honestly think that there's more to it. Honestly speaking, and that's kind of crazy when you kind of put Lawson in that lie, because typically speaking, he's about his interest. People, this isn't me. This isn't me. I heard rumor, so in case the brass are listening, I don't. This isn't me. This is what I've been hearing. That Lawson is kind of as interesting as a wet paper towel. So, take that as you will. I don't condone rumors. I just report, I guess. Anyway, but it still doesn't explain the unlawful treatment of beasts of the forces of nature, especially after their trios win last week.
Oh boy, we hit a little bit of a hot topic there. We've already got a message out on Twitter here. Lawson hasn't changed since he got here, and he's abusing his powers. I feel sorry for Flashbang. If only I was branding blue instead of red, I'd be a thorn in his side. To quote one Maximilian Thunder Thighs. Hope you're doing well, Max. And
Yeah,
blue
Max.
versus Max in different colors. That would be interesting. But you take care of yourself first, buddy. I'm sure Flashbang will figure something out.
I think there's a whole Sentai team of like Maximilian Thunder Thighs with like a shorter one and like a really long one, like a long skinny one. But it looks like we got a couple tweets coming in here.
Oh no, we really hit a gold mine.
Yeah, we hit a we definitely hit a freaking nerve. We got one from Michael Macabre. He's a child gave power who now after a decent taste is addicted to it. He has no other idea but to abuse it. But then again, he can't replace dear old daddy. Oh God, let's.
Okay, and we got one from the Sandman. Yeah, we can move on from the daddy issues. A wet paper towel is more interesting. Also, nice to see Lawson finally having some bite to his words. Something he has been missing since the start of his tenure. Hello, Sandman. I hope you're doing well.
Oh God, y'all are. We should probably go on to the next match before we look
at some wrestling, guys.
Before we have someone come in here and harass us. Anyway, we have a rematch of Electroman representing Electro Reality going up against Sir Reginald of the Princedom. Looking dapper, and here we see before the opening bell, looks like Electroman went to go for a little bit of a handshake. And rejection.
Psych.
A little bit of a receipt for last week's little a bit of a receipt after Reginald's actions last week. Hey. God, Electroman just coming out friggin' strong here.
Shoulder check to Electroman. Here come the elbows. Oh, and a stomp right to the face.
Okay. I've noticed that we have a bit of a lag, and I'm going to try to fix that as much as I can. So apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe on Father's Day he'll think to not follow in his father's footsteps. That's true, actually. You bring up a good point. Father's Day is in a couple weeks.
Let us not bring up Lawson's father. Like, no offense. Like, I understand that everyone's hurt, but that's a sore spot that I don't want to trip, and I don't want to be suspended. And oh God, big freaking gorilla pressed uppercut straight onto Reginald.
Things have been absolutely on fire between the competition as far as Electro Reality and the Princedom's concerned. They've been putting out some very, very stellar matches, and I'm very happy to see their performances on both sides.
Yeah, Carla's been has been very proactive rooting for her boys, Electroman and VR Junkie. Like earlier, she posted a promo post match, and it was very compelling.
Yes, something about, I believe it was referring to Electroman getting the job done. But she's been rooting for her boys, and I'm glad to see it.
Yeah, I am also very glad that she doesn't try to put. She cuts it clean down the middle when it comes to like her official job. She doesn't let her bias for electro reality get in the way of that, and that is very much appreciative. We need honest people like that working here at MNW.
Oh no, absolutely. A little bit of integrity goes a long way, as I can say. Speaking of integrity, just God was Electro Man made that look easier. Reginald is not a small person. Look at that.
Suplex into a ripcord lariato.
Electro Man doing work right now, Rabbit.
And just it's like you were saying earlier, friggin' Electro Man's a house of fire in this match. I would definitely go back and watch this. I would definitely go back and watch this once the VOD goes up. Which reminds me, I have to check something later.
Another right hand. Sending off the ropes.
Anyway, here coming off the ropes and a knee straight to the face.
Powerful.
Ooh, Fayemancer. Is this going to be enough to put down Electro Man? 2, kicking right out of 2. So, if Electro Man wins this, do you think they're going to try and make it like a best of 3 series?
That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense, especially considering they can only go at it so many times before, well, I'm sure even they might get tired of it. But a best of 3 would certainly make sense, overall seeing which team is better suited for contention. Oh, and Electro Man kicks out, just pushes him off, very close to 3 right there.
Now the neck breaker.
Oh, a neck breaker.
Oh, a flying neck breaker right there. Good heavens.
Electro Man was busted open by that. I don't think that was necessary. And now takes the legs and into these right hands right to the temple.
Just laying it onto Reginald's face there, just brutalizing him, and he slips back in and out, trying to get out of range.
Ooh, laying into the right hooks. Is this going to be enough to put down the Prince? And 3. So yeah, both of these gentlemen are officially 1 win apiece. So yeah, your winner is Electro Man. He looks like he's got a bit of color on his forehead too, looking like an absolute badass right now.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I barely caught that at the end of the showing. Just a little bit of red. A very well-earned victory. Not to make light of Reginald.
Oh, heavens no. Heavens no. I mean, Reginald made him work for that. And, I mean, well-deserved on both fronts, honestly speaking. And if there is a rubber match, like coming Flashbang or later on in the future, I would be more than happy to see how that culminates.
Oh, absolutely. Especially since, considering the new belt changes, there's going to be a little bit of a race to find some new contenders for both the tag team belts on Flashbang as well as the trios tag belts. So both sides will be certainly. I've got to be looking for it, but we got to see who's standing tall above the crop. We got to figure out who's going to give us the best match, because we've not only got Multiverse, but we've also got the future of MNW as far as that's concerned. And I can't wait, to be honest. Like it's going to be, we got a lot of possibilities.
Oh, most definitely. But until then, we are going to go right back down into the ring with, this verse is going to be the exact same as the first. We have another. Mr. Lawson came back and he had this to say.
Oh.
Sorry, I realized that there were some issues that I did not address the last time I was out here, so allow me to pump the brakes on the entire show while we get into it. My good friend, Kaiser. Oh, I have not forgotten about you.
Oh.
You Sentai hero, you. You know, I was thinking there has to be a way to spice up your upcoming match with the Citric Cane. And so it got me thinking, what if here tonight, you and the Citric Cane participate in Pick Your Poison? You know how it works. You each pick an opponent for each other, and you try to beat them, but that just doesn't seem like enough for you, Brawl. I feel like the stakes need to be higher, you know, to truly capture what a superhuman you are. Something for you to overcome in the face of adversity. So I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to raise the stakes. If you lose your match and the Citric Cane wins, he is going to pick the stipulation for your match. Now, if you could somehow win and he loses, which will not happen, you'll get that opportunity. But if you both lose, then I will pick your stipulation. And if you somehow both win, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But something tells me, Brawl, one of you is going to lose. And I do wish you the best of luck. And when you're thinking about opponents for Pick Your Poison, please try to think outside the box. I encourage any form of creative process that you two might have. Oh, and to the imposter Citric King that decided to show his face here at Breakdown 8. If you believe yourself to be the real Citric King, then go back to Warzone where you belong. I don't need to hear any more of your ridiculous nonsense or have you interfering in my matches, and no hablo español.
Towards the end of that one, actually, that call out to the fake Citric King that showed up at Breakdown and interrupting my matches. Now, this is just pure speculation, because that's kind of what this is what we do here on MNW Firing Line. We speculate, theorize, essentially. Is the shapeshifter Lawson? Like, is Mr. Lawson on like an extended vacation?
I mean, I don't know, because we've seen Lawson in the ring with Citric Cane. Unless there's two shapeshifters, which, oh my god, that's a headache.
Oh,
I don't
God.
want to think about that.
Yeah, me neither.
But I think Alexis Edmonton, as we reviewed last week here on Firing Line, said it the best by implying that fruit may have brass branding. You know, just a little sticker on there, like you go into the store, you find a Dole brand sticker that you just peel off, and it's just an orange. Maybe that's what's going on here. There definitely seems to be a little bit of backing on that front.
That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to think about, especially after freaking what Citric King's doing to Broadcaster right now. Well, Citric Cane.
Mm-hmm.
Rotten
Yeah.
Citric.
Yeah, the fake fruit.
Fake fruit.
You think he's made of wax, like those gross wax fruit balls?
Oh God.
That sounds like a Batman villain. You know, like Clayface, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, except this one can act.
Yep. Well, the mystery continues. But later on in the cards, we're gonna be seeing Kaiser and Citric Cane in their Pick Your Poison matches. So look forward to seeing who they've selected for each other.
Yeah, but until then, this match was brought up earlier on in the night. We have the homicidal, suicidal Gemini teaming up with the Crimson Phoenix representing Apex. Going up against Big Rock and Huge Mane, the forces of nature. And here we have Gemini tagging himself in from, kind of mirroring what happened to Crimson Phoenix last week.
Gemini saying, I'm going to start this week. I'll handle this.
And like Lawson said, if the forces of nature do not win this match, they are suspended for 30 days with no pay. And
That was just a lot, because the forces of nature, I mean, they're very well liked. Why would you? 30 days? Like, that's like right before Multiverse.
Also, does money mean anything to them?
I mean, I don't know actually. Now that I think about it, but I mean, it's just kind of like the statement of it all. It's very humiliating. It's like, oh, you're not gonna be allowed to wrestle, and I'm not gonna give you any payment or compensation for the work you're providing in those 30 days, like promo or not, which is like. Granted, you might not want the money, but it's just more so about the fact that, hey, an acknowledgement that you're doing good work for us, which does get to people.
I'm also just imagining Huge Main at the grocery store buying, like, coconut water. Looks like we got a tweet out from Michael Macabre. If I had any power, which I don't when it comes to planning, but I put Rabbit against Lawson to get the true general manager back in power, even if he's part of a faction. I'm fairly certain he wouldn't be biased. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see Rabbit back in the seat, back in his usual seat. Garfield phone in hand, making all kinds of interesting signings.
A caterer carrying chicken tendies is gonna be out on the floor at all times. That would be interesting though. Now that you mention it, Reaper, because Rabbit has called out Lawson before and has been blatantly saying, "I didn't do a shit job when I was general manager."
And then here we go. See Gemini trying to go for a tag on Phoenix. Phoenix leaving him out to dry. Once again, mirroring what happened to Crimson Phoenix last week. This is officially a handicap match. Ref didn't see the tag on Huge Main, and Huge Main is just going to be giving it to Gemini. I don't know. Something tells me Gemini likes 2 against 1 odds.
I think Crimson Phoenix just said bye, Felicia.
I mean, I'm sure he likes having the competition all to himself. No one else to worry about interfering with his fun. It seems like more of his type of motivation. But very interesting. It seems like a pretty much a win in the bag, in my opinion, for Forces of Nature here. I mean, it is Gemini, but I mean, they got him outnumbered,
Yeah, I get you. But going up against the tag team cohesion of the Forces of Nature, though, I mean, this is one of the top tag teams. I believe they actually got into the second round of the Mamba Memorial Tag Team Tournament, and of course they went into the first round of the Trios Tournament, teaming up with Naja. Like
that I do recall, yeah.
Yeah, like, they would not even have been recognized for those tournaments if they were not potential contenders.
No, absolutely, I'd agree. And it does certainly, very unfortunate for Gemini and their Crimson Phoenix as far as their situation goes. But it is nice to see the Forces of Nature unintentionally being highlighted as far as their skill and their prowess in the ring, because it really is the teamwork and your situational awareness in the square circle that'll lend you a bit of an advantage against opponents.
Oh, assisted rock in a hard place, going in for that cover. 1, 2, ooh. We got some questions of why did his partner just split like that. These two are bitter enemies. So, for those who do not know, Suicide Gemini, the one who's getting his head kind of squeezed together by this giant rock of an individual, he beat up and pretty much put onto the injury list Crimson Phoenix's boss, Nero Napier, who is the leader of Apex. Well, co-leader of Apex. I don't want to discount Mizuki.
So Gemini basically has been, I wouldn't say a one-man war, but very much a single-man assault on Apex as a whole. He's not afraid to take it to any other members, and Crimson Phoenix leaving Gemini to a brutal potential fate in the ring. As we can see, it has led to the enemy's victory over an enemy of Apex.
The numbers odds was just too much for Gemini, and your winners, Huge Mane and Big Rock, the forces of nature. Alright. Interesting win, but whew. This is, if I was lost, I just booked the match between Gemini and Crimson Phoenix at this point, because they are officially into the petty territory of this feud.
No, absolutely. I'm frankly surprised Crimson Phoenix didn't do what he did a couple weeks ago and just took a chair from the crowd and just unfolded it and sat his ass down on the ramp. That would have, I was half expecting that when I saw him walk away.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised if frickin' Crimson would have just got right back into the back, dressed himself up in his usual regalia, the suit, the frickin' watches, the full-on classy schnaz, and then just went right back into his limo and left.
Very true. But we're probably going to see more of that in the very near future, as it was. I think as far as that is an interest, we do have a question. I don't understand why Lawson booked them as a team again. I think it's more so of a dealing with both of them at once. Maybe potentially trying to contain some of Apex's wrath by isolating Gemini, of kind of forcing him into matches where they can maybe take their... I mean, this is just a guess, but maybe putting Gemini in these matches enables Apex to target him down in their own sort of way. But that's not necessarily helping the fact that Apex has declared war on the entirety of MNW.
Yeah, and we'll get to that later on later on Warzone. But until then, we're gonna go right ahead and get into the other match that Lawson booked out of, I want to say, spite at this point. The team of Demolition Fox and El Pollo de la Muerte being led down to the ring by El Toro Azul and the Slamphibian, going up against Matt Baker and the man with the plan, Mr. Mike Davis, APS.
Looking very snazzy today, Mike Davis.
Yeah, that's his investigative attire, whereas Matt Baker's screw it, full Kevlar. Well, not full Kevlar. I think that's a tank top actually. Never mind. Not gonna it's a decent look on him. And yeah, here we see Demolition. Oh no, I apologize. It wasn't Demolition Fox and El Pollo. It was Demolition Fox and El Toro Azul.
And we got Froggy's mom on standby back there, reportedly having been drinking mimosas, as this was, I believe, the Friday show before Mother's Day over the weekend.
Yeah, this aired on Mother's Day, so Froggy's mom is taking a bit of a siesta.
Ah, as you do. What a great ringside show for her, though.
As she deserves. We got another tweet out from Michael Macabre. Michael Macabre, full on, those fingers are a working. People have asked if I'm upset losing the trio's titles to El Pollo and the rest of AAA. Truth is, they simply played themselves as we are free, and that is what concerns me the most.
Well, he certainly's got a lot of free time. Fingers at the ready.
Yeah, I mean, more time to kind of check out their ventures. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we got a nice little snapmare from Mike Davis.
So even as wonderful as,
and just giving it to the leg of Demolition Fox. I swear, freaking I have a feeling that if El Toro ever gets tagged in, he's just gonna run freaking roughshod. Oh, Miguel, I do apologize. I got a correction. Siesta is a midday nap where she might be on a fiesta. Oh, it was Slamphibian's birthday earlier that week? Oh, happy belated birthday. I had no idea.
I mean, good for her. She's been out partying.
That explains that. Oh, that explains the cake.
Now tag made, here comes Baker.
Actually, yeah, now that you mention it.
It explained the grub covered cake. Okay, never mind.
The what?
You didn't see it? It was like a cake, but like on when you cut and like get a slice of it, it was just full of bugs. Don't look at me like that. What? I didn't eat it. I looked at it mostly. Okay, I feel the judgment from here, and we're just gonna go right back into the match. Anyway, so a nice little hip toss there from El Toro onto Matt Baker. You okay? I might be in trouble here. Anyway. So yeah, APS. I'm sure the APS didn't have the exact same stipulation as the Forces of Natures if they would have lost, but it's still a very strange situation seeing Matt Baker and Mike Davis go up against the new Trios champion. Well, 2/3 of the new Trios champions. And it looks like Matt Baker's trying to go in for a count-out victory. And your winners via count-out, APS. The man with the plan proves it again.
You know what? What did you say? Who did you say was gonna be pissed?
And Lawson is not a fan. I can just already tell you that Lawson is probably not a fan of any of that going on. So also, if you probably have noticed, my co-host has decided to take a bit of a break. And she will be back later on. We are gonna go, and oh god, I hate to see what Lawson, I'm doing air quotes at this point, I hate to see what Lawson is doing, will try and do with APS going forward, especially with later on in the night we have the Pick Your Poison matches between Brawl Kaiser as well as the Citric Cane. And well, let's kind of get right on into it if you guys don't mind. Here we have the good boy, the Sentai hero, your interdimensional champion, Brawl Kaiser, and the choice for the Citric Cane, kind of obvious now that I'm thinking about it, is the Cleaver. So, Citric Cane going with an old faithful, at least since he came back to Flashbang, an old faithful in the Cleaver of the Abyssal Void, formerly of the Empire as well. And Brawl Kaiser, very familiar with this enemy at the very least. He's gone up against Brawl on several occasions. And just giving it to this demon of hell. God, I'm hoping that the Citric Cane and Brawl Kaiser match comes soon, so that way they could just settle it there. And according for those in chat, yes, APS did win via double countout. So it was a draw, but it was. I still call it part of the plan, according to Mike Davis, because they probably didn't want to. Well, they probably didn't want to go with what Lawson was spewing, especially the current craziness that is happening. And hearing that, ooh, just trying to retch at the Sentai Hero's neck.
I imagine it smells like a
Sorry, Faye's sending me messages. As well as Phyllis. Apparently I hit a nerve. There was a nerve, and I should probably apologize and get like a fruit basket or something. Alright. Oh, nice little shot there to the cleaver. And just... yeah, Cleaver, though. I'm actually kind of surprised that Cleaver and Doppelganger... Not Doppelganger, that's... He is... Well, we'll get into that much later. I'm kind of surprised that Cleaver and Lord V don't try and go for the tag titles. Yeah, Grand Equation are kind of calling their shot on that one, but... You'd be surprised. I'm actually kind of surprised because, I mean, long-standing enemies of the Sandman and Thunderbolt. And then here we got a Star Buster! Straight onto the cleaver. Is this going to put him away? 2! And a Bosco 3. I heard that slap. I heard that slap. That was a 3. But we are we are still going about this. And just tossing Cleaver to the side.
The match should be disqualified.
This is not okay. This is in no way is this okay. Hurricane Rana.
And nice little Hurricane Rana there from this anti-hero.
Oh, right against the knee. Move to the midsection.
That's where the consistent use of the Cleaver and Lord V to do the Citric Cane's dirty work definitely gives me a bunch of theories on whom this shapeshifter is. Oh, great. Now, ooh, freaking rising kick onto the Cleaver. Also, Faye's freaking is tweeting out on freaking social media. In the meantime, do you think Froggy's mom orders delivery from Grubhub? God damn it. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Off the top rope, Avalanche Star Buster. Going in for that cover, busting open the demon. 2, 3. The winner, Brawl Kaiser. And he wins his portion of the Pick Your Poison match up. If the Citric Cane loses, Brawl Kaiser determines what the match is for his championship defense. But if the Citric Cane wins, well, we're going to have to find that one out shortly, aren't we? Oh, God. If both of these men win, that will be very, very interesting to say the least. Speaking of very interesting, we have another rematch of sorts coming right up for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Because earlier on last week, we had some interesting words being thrown back and forth between not only Spectre Sonata, but also the Grand Equation themselves, especially with, well, Spectre Sonata, like, continuously getting upset by the Grand Equation themselves, but Spectre Sonata is actually kind of on an upswing. CG won against Lionel Matrix previously, tried to go for a handshake, but got denied. Lionel fired right back and pretty much was scolding him for his poor sportsmanship, quote unquote. And then immediately calling out the entirety of the fan base saying, oh, what about Henry Colt, huh? You guys didn't really care about him. I helped him get out of the hospital. And yet, he's not even booked? Come on, it's, like, essentially trying to throw it back onto everybody else. But, well, let's just go on into that match. We have the Bad CG Ghost, friend of Firing Line, and PM Ghost, general nuisance of everything Law and Order, going up against, hey, Mr. Rabbit, and said Lionel Matrix of the Grand Equation. And looks like CG's kind of looking at PM saying, no, I beat him last week. I got him this time. PM's like, all right. He trusts him. So here we start off once again, Lionel Matrix and CG. CG giving, ooh, God, nice bulldog there. Just giving it to Matrix right off the bat. Ooh, that dancing leg drop. The protege of, hey, Mr. Rabbit, the 2021 Rookie of the Year. Giving it to the bad CG goes. CG goes pegging to the corner. Nice little arm drag, though. So, yeah. All started with Lionel Mage. Like, Spectre Sonata as well as the Grand Equation are very familiar with each other. I mean, they're continuously going back and forth against each other, especially with, well, the stuff that not only Lionel's been saying, but also his actions in the ring. Have been kind of on the tipping point. I mean, I don't blame them, to be honest, but I've already made my comments known of, yeah, we should, if the Grand Equation's trying to prove to the Time Bandits, hey, give us a shot at the tag titles, I think they just need to go up against other tag teams, personally speaking. And honestly, like, you can only go up against the same opponent so many times before people just lose interest, and you should definitely, if Lino or Rabbit are listening, they should probably go up against, like, somebody like the Abyssal Void or freaking Forces of Nature. They just had a good match. And, I hate to say this, Lino might just need to try to ignore all the negative comments. Oh, caught in a mosh off the top rope and just giving a little jig for the audience. Retching at the neck of Mr. Rabbit. Co-commentator of Flashbang. Might I add. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Just laying it into the former general manager. Huh. Actually, somebody brought up a good point. If Rabbit does get his general managership back, and he also is part of a faction. Okay. Although I will say he did kind of show a little. Now that I'm thinking about it, he did show a little bit of bias towards Apex when he was general manager the first time. And now that he has his own group, oh God, I hope that does become the case. Anyway, Phyllis is over here asking me to not hate on Rabbit. I'm just trying to be fair. Excuse me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
Nowhere to go. Sharpshooter by Ghost. Sharpshooter, he can't get to the ropes and he's tapping out. Spectre Sonata overcomes the odds.
Anyway, in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we had Mr. Rabbit blocked up into a sharpshooter-like maneuver and a tap out. Your winners are Spectre Sonata. And a much deserved win. Spectre Sonata on a huge upswing that we haven't seen since their tag team title defense. When they challenged for the trios titles. CG got a win. They got a win as a tag team. They are on a fast track back into getting some momentum, back into getting back into some success. I would love to see what goes on with them going forward, and I hope to God we don't do this again. I say this subjectively as a viewer, I swear. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of one set of title contenders, we are going to go right on ahead into another match, and we have we got a tweet from Rico Rose. Honestly, I want so badly to tangle with the ghosts. I mean, that's going to be a hell of a match. I'm calling it. Hey, there we go. We got the Rose of Vaporwave wanting to go up against the ghosts, and I'm sure any combination of that trio would be glad to answer that call. Anyway, going into another contest here. Going into a match of the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, Spike, going up against a opponent of Victor Vicious's choosing. And because Hutch is busy later on in the night, Victor went with Jack, the questionable, in his shiny golden goddamn boots. That is still offensive to the eyes. I guess he's doing his job well. Looks like Jack is just putting the literal boots into the number one contending Voodoo Zombie. And big splash. Oh God! Look, once again, putting the boots to it. Like, we get it. We get it. They're gold. You paid a lot of money for your goddamn golden boots. Anyway. And here we see Spike kind of turning around with a nice little corkscrew leg drop. And a nice little butterfly suplex there from Spike. Burden of the Bone Warriors is still has not been seen for a hot minute. I'm actually kind of curious where Burden is, honestly. Is he back at the at Spike's compound? Is he like, what's going on there? And although I actually am curious about another thing, yeah, what's gonna be going on with is this match for the #1 contendership? Oh no, Jackie, you crazy man. Superplex onto the outside. Yeesh. Oh man, Jack is a crazy individual once he gets a paycheck, and he just goes absolutely nuts. And now he made the zombie bleed. I didn't think that was possible. Then again, I think Victor did it back in their last match. Yeah. That definitely happened. I sure hope Faye's okay. I haven't heard from her in a bit. Oh, and then the Voodoo Splash. Elbow trying to block him. What the heck? What went on with the video there? We went in for a neck breaker, but it was all crazy and skewy. I didn't like that when I checked the render last night. Weird. Looks like he's trying to go in for another Voodoo Splash, but gets denied. Oh man. So yeah, about this time last year, people were kept complaining about Jackie Q taking essentially coming down to the ring with other people's attires, especially he was wearing DeLuna, the mask of El Chavo. Sorry, DeLuna 12 El Chavo, and oh no, here we are, Boning Hammer.
Oh yeah!
Going for that cover. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the #1 contender, Mr. Spike of the Bone Warriors. Sorry, I had a stroke there for a minute. And it looks like, oh god, what are you doing, Jack? Oh, looks like he's trying to go for a sneak attack, but Spike answers in kind and beats him out of the ring. Oh man, this feud between this freaking back and forth between Spike and Victor is just heating up once again, and I'm curious to see if this is going to be lasting until Multivania. Because I mean, I know Spike feels like he's in need. Like the way he lost was kind of screwy. I will agree on that, but it would still behoove Spike to kind of try and come out with a new strategy, especially like, I don't know, try and build up some resilience against the Last Rites, because that seems to be Victor's kill move there. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead from that title contention thing to another. We have the other match of the Pick Your Poison, where we got this very encrypted, this very crazy message before the match even started. I'm watching you, and then here we see the rotten fruit himself, the Citricane. And the person that Brawl Kaiser has picked, the Sandman. One of the new tag team champions. I think this is his first match after winning the tag titles, actually. I want to say yes. I can't remember. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear that in the background, Brad is trying to get into a cabinet he knows he's not supposed to get into. Brad. Psst. Hey. Enough of that. I swear, he tries my patience. I feel like he's becoming more dog than man. And here we see Citric just taking the boots down to frickin' Sandman. And got a message from Faye. It's gonna be a bitch. She had a important call to take, and then, well, here we see the Cleaver interrupting the match. We saw the Cleaver earlier go up against Brawl Kaiser in a losing effort, but it distracted Sandman enough for a quick crucifix roll up, and Sandman kicks right on out of it. As much as the surprise probably helped, it probably wasn't more of a detriment than anything, especially with the ref paying more attention to the Cleaver than in between the ropes itself. So that probably bought Sandman an extra bit of seconds to kind of kick on out of that. And here we see Sandman firing up. Oh, just nice little backdrop onto the rotten fruit. And a spam buster. And yeah, at this point, Sandman has already tried to put him into an hourglass with no avail. Already hitting the out of time once. Orange Crash, kicking right on it too. And it's... Okay, the video's screwing up again. What the hell? That's... I swear it was doing it earlier with the one match. It was doing it here with this match, and then that screwy freaking match. Like, wait, was showing that... Oh god, I hope that doesn't... I hope that that's not a connection. That, like, scrambly video that played before the match started. I hope that's not a connection. If so, I don't think this computer can handle it. And a nice neck breaker onto the... Oh god, onto the ropes, essentially. That's steel cable, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We call them ropes, but they are not made out of linen or any kind of hemp. Those are steel-lined cables. And the rewind 1, 2, kicking out at 2. And looks like he's trying to set the Citra King up for the outa. Oh god, trying to set him up for the outa time. It gets countered into a DDT. Oh, oh no, that's not great. As quickly as the momentum was shifting into Salmon, it has now shifted into Citra Kane, and unfortunately, Citra Kane gets the tap out. He is your winner for this matchup. So, with the Citra Kane and Brawl Kaiser winning their Pick Your Poison matches, that means the stipulation. Oh man, that's a kind of up in the air now, isn't it? Very much so up in the air. It's we will hopefully find that out, like what's going to be happening with that matchup tomorrow. But we've gone all this time, and we haven't done the promo of the week. Well, that's because our promo of the week isn't tied with our main event of Friday Night Flashbang. So, ladies and gentlemen, the madness.
I'm not going to sit here and waste my time by taking verbal shots at you, Hutch. No, I've been sitting here thinking about the venom you so graciously spat at me last week. Truth be told, your words carried some merit. One question specifically has racked my brain since you called me out. Who did I used to be? I've been asking myself over and over and over and over again, and then it hit me. Like a baseball bat to the forehead. Who cares? This business has a very short memory. No one is going to remember what one person said that one time 2 years ago. No. This is a business where you have to keep doing things, keep saying things, to stay in the memories of the good people watching at home. No one remembers what I did 2 years ago, nor should they. It wasn't exactly interesting. No, the people currently remember me as the most decorated cruiserweight on Flashbang. Former tag team title holder, the first man to pin both of the Bone Warriors in the ring. Nexus nominee and winner, C101 participant. Hell, people still talk about my upset win over Lady Boots. I even got one over on Zacko Duo. Not many people can say that nowadays. My point is that no one cared who I used to be, or even who anyone used to be. No, this is a business that focuses on the here and now. And where are we, Hutch? What are we doing now? From friends to rivals, about to step into the ring and beat each other bloody. Well, Hutch, you can come at me with a chair, or a bat, or a table, or whatever the hell you want. You can put me down, and even kill me, but I won't let you stand there and bully me. No, I will always come back, stronger than before. Or, I will become a martyr for things to come. But I always come back. Whatever happens next, this is what people will remember us for. So come on, old friend. Let's put on a show. I'm ever so excited to see you again.
Alright, so I fucked up and I forgot to show something very important. So let's just... Yeah, here we go. Alright, so this is the Citric Cane versus Sandman match. And as these individuals were celebrating...
Ridiculous. The hell is that?
And a quick little blackout into the arena happened.
What? You didn't hear that?
And...
Crazy?
And here we have Helix that's kicking the crap out of the Citric Cane. So yeah,
Oh shit!
Citric Cane getting after this rot after, well, the one that he's convinced is the fake Citric Cane. And this weird, look at this. This weird distortion was happening, and here we see Helix in his death juice attire, picking him up, choke slam into the table. And we are going to go right into the main event, ladies and gentlemen, where more violence is going to be happening. We have the madness of the Mad World in his Mad DeLorean attire going up against Hutch Kale of the Cartel? That was still a question mark. Oh, and just giving it to frickin' Madness early. Oh, that's turned down beyond belief. Anyway. And, I mean, Madness trying to get a little bit of extra oomph into his step with that Mandalorian armor. A little bit of extra taunting. And Hutch pulling out this very Boba Fett looking piece right here. And, oh god! Crossbody from the third rope. Hutch is not playing around, and you can see that later throughout the entire match. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, if you will see any match in the entirety of Flashbang, go back and watch this one once it goes up on YouTube. This was a bloody and just absolute hardcore affair. No rules, no count-out victories, no disqualifications. Oh god, that arm drag onto the stairs though, yeesh. Alright, we got some notifications from Faye that she is going to be back momentarily, but it will still be fine. I have to agree with social media. This is an early contender for Match of the Year. So, I understand that the Nexus aren't going to be for months from now, but I would still keep this match in the forefront of your minds, ladies and gentlemen. Mark this down on like a Google Doc or some sort of notepad that you keep close to you. Hell, even mark it on your phone. And just make sure to keep this in mind, especially with everything going up on YouTube now. God, there's that freaking distortion again. And here we see, this is part of the latter couple of minutes into the match. Both men have already gone through crazy freaking stunt. To call them stunts is an understatement. These guys went to a literal war with each other. And Madness is, at this point, Madness would have gotten his body broken and bruised and beaten all over. And yet he's still playing the mind games with Hutch. Taking the ladder, putting on it into the God, if this is what the Madness has been ever since Kuso Kale kind of took to showing him the ropes of how Mandalorians fight. Imagine if this would have been with Hutch versus Kuso. No rules, no restrictions, just their creativity on just put nothing but their creativity. Oh no. Planting the ladder onto the floor. And got a Hurricane Rana. Hutch lands on the ladder. Oh, God. Jeez, man. Going in for the Chaos Moon. Nope. Ooh! Gets caught with the door with honor! Holy shit! 1, 2, 3. Your winner is Hutch Kale. God, he just kicked Madness's fucking head off after this, again, right after this absolute war, and Hutch is still freaking feeling fiery, taking the steel chair and just working on the madness. Man, he is legitimately wanting to hospitalize the Mad Malorian here. God, reveling in the victory. Oh, God, speaking of the hospital, we got the referee calling for the stretcher. Paramedics getting wheeled on out. And oh no, Hutch, don't do it. Hutch, don't do it. Hutch, don't do it. No, he's still feeling fiery. Oh God, just beating the crap out of the Madness on the stretcher. It just and I know I overheard. Oh, whoops. Wrong screen. That is my bad. Anyway, and I know I heard the Madness over the cameras, and all he had to say after all of that was, "I knew you had it in you." With a smile on his face, bones broken. I assume he has 8 kinds of internal bleeding. He still had to get that one last shot in. He had to get the last word in. That is why I admire the Madness so much. Unbiased opinion, that is why I admire the Madness. He is like an individual who can just take the fight to you and still have a cheeky smile and a joke on a cheeky smile on his face and the last word to be said. And oh my God, Hutch freaking Kale. Let's talk about Hutch freaking Kale for just a moment. The freaking absolute madman. What he put himself through. What he put the Madness through. Oh, God. If anything, I would love to see a solo match between Hutch and Brawl Kaiser or Citra Kane, whomever is going to win the Interdimensional Championship. I want to see Hutch go for that belt. I also don't know what's going on with him and Victor Vicious right now, ladies and gentlemen. I could not fucking tell you. Oh, God. But until then, that was Flashbang, and we have one more thing left. We have a tie, actually, for the moments of the week. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoy the Flashbang moments of the week.
Oh,
Helix
shit!
is attacking Citric! Helix is attacking Citric! This is crazy! And a right hand!
Shake him off!
Citric is setting up a table!
Oh my God!
He's got Citric! It's time to go for a ride! Death has come! Citric through the table! Choke slam to hell!
Oh.
Good grief! And now up over the top rope. Right hand. And now what has Hutch got in mind? Wait a second, Hutch is setting up the ladder. That is a ladder bridge.
Oh, no.
Look out, oh my God! Target acquired!
Oh.
He just hit the target acquired off a ladder!
Oh my God!
The hell is he thinking? I'm sorry, what?
Oh, what?
Madness up to the top of the ladder!
No,
Madness,
no!
No! Kick into the table! Oh, a boot to the midsection! Shoved in there! Hutch now! Kicks down the ladder! Oh, God! No! Oh, the power bomb! Shades of Victor Vicious! Oh, God, no. He's trying to pay him back. The Tree of Woe! Hutch! Hutch, come on now! You don't need to go that far!
Come on, buddy!
Oh, wait a second! Kuso's music just hit! Come on, don't do the Owen Madness! Oh, Madness playing games! Madness playing games in the top! I don't know if Hutch has anything left. Oh, God. Madness, what are you doing?
Oh,
Oh, body shots!
no. Oh, my God. No.
Madness, come on,
no.
no! He's up on the apron! Corkscrew leg drop!
Oh.
So yeah, Helix sucks going absolutely bonkers on the Citricane, and just a brief glimpses into what Madness and Hutch did to each other that I unfortunately had to cut out for the sake of time. I mean, that corkscrew leg drop, very Rob Van Dam of Madness. The freaking drop kick, the freaking the die with honor, the freaking target acquired off that ladder. Oh my God, it was a cavalcade of just good hardcore shit. Also, welcome back, Faye. I see the mic isn't working. Well, fuck nuggets. This is, well, hopefully we get this figured out with, during the call out. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, oh, actually, no. So that, ladies and gentlemen, that is, Rosso, I see you. I'm going to make, you know what? I would file a complaint to HR, but that's your department. Anyway, so, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, there they go. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Friday Night Flashbang. You can go ahead and check that on out at twitch.tv/Edward Bosco Friday night tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And let's go on ahead and get into the call out. So, we're going back over to you, Travis.
Hello there, my name is Travis, and welcome back to the call out. He's in yellow and black and will sting you right back, the bumbling bee of Buck Bumble.
Viva la raza!
Hello, Buck Bumble, how are you doing today?
Hola, thank you for having me.
Your career has been as colorful as your outfit, and you've faced many opponents. Is there a favorite match that you've had?
Thank you for the compliment on the outfit. But if I had to choose one match to be my favorite, then I have to go with the championship match against Raphael Sampson for the Big Oof title. Even though I did not win, that was, in my opinion, everything a wrestling match should be. Two men fighting for glory and for the love of the competition, not for spite and anger. Despite the interruptions, it still holds as my favorite match I've had here.
What are your thoughts on the O-Lords? Are you potentially an ally, or more than... Are you potentially one of their allies, or are you more than that?
Those two are a good pair, the old lords. I consider myself good friends with them, and I'm glad to be that. They are, in my opinion, the best tag team in all of MNW right now, if not one of the best teams in all of wrestling right now. And while we are not a team, so to speak, right now, I'm not going to say that I would not be open to the idea if they ever wanted to form a trio.
Do you have any goals in mind, or a belt you're shooting for?
That is a good question, and one that is a little complicated right now. As you saw by my recent showing a few weeks ago in the hardcore division, I am kind of testing out the waters a bit right now, you know. Maybe I'll stick around in the hardcore division, maybe I'll go back to the Big Oof. If Jerry Aldini and the higher-ups see it fit, maybe go for something bigger. And who knows, maybe in the future even going for trios or tag gold if I find the right partner or team.
Is there anything you want to tell the Firing Line audience before we wind down the call out?
A few things, if you would not mind. First and foremost, I would like to thank you and all of Firing Line for having me out here and for doing what you do. You guys put in a lot of work, and I want to make sure all of you know how much me and every other wrestler and audience member appreciate you for doing so. And secondly, I would like to thank the audience themselves. You guys are the reason why I put my everything into wrestling, and every time I hear you chant my name as I walk down the ramp, or shout Viva la Raza at the top of your voice, it makes my heart swell with joy. Thank you again for having me, and remember, Multiverse, Viva la Raza.
I'm sure we'll be seeing you soon there, Buck. And if you want to see Buck Bumble, tune in on Saturdays for Warzone at twitch.tv/Dr_Caliban. My name is Travis, and thank you from the call out.
Thank you, Buck, and thank you, Travis. Travis, you absolute freaking nut. I heard you with that damn pun. But also, Buck, thank you for the compliments. We appreciate it so very much. And we are also having more issues than we are thinking of when it comes to what's going on with Faye right now. But we are going to go right on ahead and get into Warzone proper. And we open the show with some words from one part of Chained Hell. We hear from Hightower.
Hey, how's it going? All right. You know what? There's a lot of really interesting old-timers in this federation. There's the Storyteller, there's XR Coon, there's Dr. Grimm, there's Yakiniku Party. A lot of guys who've been around since the beginning. Hey, you know who else has been around since the beginning? Me. That's right. How many of you remember I'm one of the original wrestlers? Now maybe it's because I didn't call myself Hightower back then. No, you just know me as Convict. But I have been acquitted. But in all my time, in all these years, what do I have to show for it? A single tag team title. Well, guess what? The big oof is a call-out belt. Well, I'm calling you out, Sir McCheese. And you know what? I'm willing to put more on the line than I think you are. So let's make this interesting. Let's have a match for the Big Oof Championship. Now let's add some spice. Loser leaves wrestling. Not move over to Flashbang like a win. I ain't no Faye King. No. If I lose this match, I leave the Nexus. But same goes for you, Bree Boy. Loser leaves forever. What do you say, McCheese? Are you good enough?
Hightower calling out Sir McCheese for a shot at the Big Oof Championship. And I just kind of want to say real quick that, I mean, just a tag team title under his belt? Like, I understand that we have individuals here on Warzone that have multiple titles to their name, but we also have individuals that have no titles. Like, up until last year, Raphael Sampson was employed here for like 2 or 3 years and had nothing to his name. And then now, not only is he a former Big Oof champion, but he is now a current tag team champion. When those floodgates opened, they opened up way very big. But like, we still have individuals like I believe Yakiniku Party. We have a bunch of people that have been here since the beginning that have not had a title. So I'm just saying, Hightower, count your blessings, but he's putting up his whole career for this shot. It's an open challenge belt, and he's like, no, I want to go out big. I want to give it my all as if it was my last, and it very much will be. Or should I say could be. There's still that possibility of could. I mean, hell, we could see McCheese fall and see Hightower as the Big Oof champion. I'm sure that'll look nice in the up on display in the Burning Lounge for a bit. But yeah, we will see what comes of that later on. But first, we go right into the first match of the night, and that is the patented MNW Showcase match. Opening up with Istanbul of Jif. Enigma of Mystery Inc. coming out second. We got Bart Ender coming out third. And not falling far behind from his former mentor, we have Power Surge coming out fourth. And the newcomer, Jaunt Tristram, coming out fifth. Coming out sixth, we have the mighty behemoth himself, Maximilian Thunderthighs. Coming out seventh, CJR Killer. And then, oh yeah, also there's a freaking Lapras Minotauros. Fucking Lapras Minotauros was the surprise 8th entrant. I will let everyone know on something. I checked, double checked, triple checked this footage when I got it. There was no intro. There was no entrance. He just came in from outside of the ring, like from outside of the barricades, and slid right on into the ring as the bell rung. So yeah, Apex is showing its hand in full force, setting out one of its heavies in Lapras Minotauros. And as we all know, a showcase match is absolute chaos. We got CJR going up after the other biggest thing in the room. Oh god, a knee drop. Guys, Jean's going up against Istanbul. Enigma going up against Power Surge, and then Maximilian Thunderthighs taking on Bart Ender.
I mean, just because CJR Killer ran over Nero Napier with a car.
Anyway.
I got my eye on you, Jerry. I don't know what you're trying to pull.
God, I'm actually kind of surprised that that Power Surge wasn't going after Bart Ender. No, he looks like he's going straight after Maximilian Thunderthighs. And Jean just taking a nice little rest onto the outside. CJR and Lapras still freaking fighting it out. Istanbul's also kind of taking a bit of a rest himself. And here we have... Oh god, dropping Bart... Istanbul on the bottom, dropping Bart Ender on his mask.
That monster not done yet. That's a tough opponent. CJR Killer, though, just ready for the challenge. Who is that? Mr. Enigma has been eliminated.
And we got Mr. Enigma being eliminated by Jean Tristan with the code red. All looks like Power Surge hits Jaunt with the quote-unquote Power Surge.
Jaunt around, taking him to the floor. The ref's got to get out there. Jaunt already kicking out. Meanwhile, another pin attempt. Oh, broken. Somebody broke Istanbul into the ring, and that broke up the pin attempt. I think Max threw Istanbul into the ring on top of the pin attempt. It was probably on purpose. Screw the administration.
And apologies, we're still trying to figure out the technical difficulties that's going on with Faye right now. And let's see here, coming back into the match, we got Power Surge going up against Istanbul, Maximilian Thunderthighs. Maximilian Thunderthighs going... Oh, he's waiting on the rings, and then he sees his moment going after Istanbul, that electric chair drop. And Brad's going nuts. And oh yeah, looks like Istanbul. Wait, who got eliminated? Looks like CGR Killer got eliminated. Yeah, he looks like he tapped out. And here we have Laprise taking it to Bart. Oh god, just throwing him over the frickin' onto the frickin' barricade.
Stop the high flying. You know, good attempt we got here. Take out by Bart Ender. I mean, that's. I mean, why have a ring in a match like this?
And just this absolute mosh pit is happening right here.
LED screen, why not?
And y'all know me. I like getting caught in a mosh myself, but a mosh pit between a Minotaur, a Turkish oil wrestler, a very, I'll say a very attractive individual in Jean Tristram. Then you got Power Surgeon Bart Ender, two lucha-styled individuals.
To the rodeo kid, there he is. He's shed blood for the business, Jerry. At least thinking they're spreading out the action now.
Oh, it looks like Laprise has got Bart Ender set up for something.
Facing an immovable
Yep.
in the form of Labras.
Icarus lock onto Bart Ender.
Yeah, he's got that choke locked in. Oh, Bart's gonna really need
And Bart breaks right on out of it.
media. Graven, I can't believe I'm saying this, but waste him, Labras.
And then we see some chocolate. Then we see Graven Allen actually trying to show some support for Laprise Minotauros, Flashbang representing. And Istanbul been eliminated by Jean Tristram, Jean's second elimination of the night.
Yeah, Mr. Tristram. Oh God, he's going after Labras. Drops him though with that reverse grip DDT.
And just Jean going after. And then here we have Power Surge eliminating Bart Ender.
Hello.
Hey, Faye!
Yeah, right in time. Not on time at all, actually. I'm very frustrated. Technical difficulties, everybody. For some reason, my setup just was not tuning in. Very heated showcase match. I want to get your thoughts on it after this. This was very unusual to watch, but I was so happy, Joe, seeing Power Surge get over on Bart.
Oh,
Like
me,
that
same
must have
here.
been so great. That must have been so great for him. I can only imagine.
Best upon that athleticism and speed.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, like getting the win over his former mentor, and then another code red onto Power Surge. And we have a message out from Theron Eldrazi as Power Surge gets eliminated by the newcomer. Theron tweets out, "Can we talk about the repercussions the Minotaur will be facing for his from against CJ?" That's a you. That sounds like a you problem. No offense there, Theron, but that sounds immediately like a you problem that I'm gonna be over here just watching from the sidelines.
We can't exactly do anything about that, but I'm sure Anon would be able to chime in regards to enforcement. That said, hey Joe, do you remember how a couple weeks ago we were going over some of the footage and you mentioned something that seemed like really off? I'm getting that. I'm really starting to see what you mean now.
Yeah, a little bit. And whomever is messing with our setup like this, I will suggest that you cease and desist because you're interrupting an actual broadcast here. This isn't funny. This is our jobs.
No, it's not, and ouch, just that is certainly a welcome to Warzone, just being immediately brutalized, but
And then here we see Laprise frozen. No idea what this is all about.
Aldini, he was on the phone with APS and Jeff, and they couldn't find anything backstage, but it cleared up, and now.
Big right hand to the gut. I'm getting reports from APS nothing was happening
I mean,
backstage.
I don't know what to say.
Well, we could
2,
say here is
3.
your winner, Jean Tristram, getting one over on Laprise Minotauros in his first outing. Covered in blood, by the way.
He was split open, absolutely. It might be my fault, Max says. I was asking Lapras for another autograph. I do hope you got that autograph, Max. Lapras is certainly a formidable foe. And it would be a worthy Flashbang's chosen. I'm not sure in regards to that.
I mean, he would definitely be one of Apex's chosen, if I'm being completely honest.
Definitely probably a scout of some kind, maybe. I mean, first we had Blight Howlis, now we have Lapras. They're certainly sending out the pack en masse.
I mean, if they were really sending out the heaviest of hitters, they would have brought in Satyrus Basilicus.
That's true, but I mean, after Labras's loss here, I think maybe Satyrus will keep an eye on Warzone. We'll have to see. I just came in towards basically the last half of that. What were your thoughts on that, Joe?
On what exactly?
On just the match overall. Because the way I was gauging the Warzone roster, people were feeling like something was off there, and I don't just mean Labras freezing up, but I can't really put a finger on it, to be honest.
Like, I mean, I thought it was up until the freezing part, I thought it was a pretty standard showcase match, and, I mean, Power Surge getting a pin over Bart Ender was definitely one of my highlights of that match.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Very glad to see more of that. Yeah, it's just something really seemed off about that match. I don't know. I hope maybe we get some kind of like explanation in regards to what was going on. But when I mentioned earlier how we were going over footage and you said something was almost off, Labras weighs like what, 400 pounds?
Lapras, he's about a good 300-ish. I want to make a gauge of saying like 350 to about 380.
That's nearly double what Jaunt is weighing in that. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I genuinely don't know what to think about that, because that's... Maybe you could say adrenaline. I mean, people lift cars. But that's superhuman, Joe. At least in my opinion. Like, something's off there.
Okay, but here's the thing about that. We work for Multiverse Nexus Wrestling. We have people who pride themselves on being superhuman. Like, we have I mean, hell, we do
have superheroes now that you mention it, yeah.
We have superheroes, superhumans. I literally saw Gorm bench press a fucking Mack truck.
Okay, that would be... That's true. Hopefully not one of our production trucks again. Yeah.
God, I hope not.
No, absolutely.
I didn't see a logo, and there wasn't a trailer attached to it. It would have been a bit more impressive, actually. But still, it was like he literally just lifted it and was doing squats with it. Honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
Never skip a leg day, ladies and gentlemen.
I guess a mystery for another day. I'm sure we'll figure out whatever's going on here.
So we actually had funny thing, actually. We had one of the people from the statistics department, Mr. Miguel, and he mentioned about if anyone's a scout for Apex, it'd be Zephyr. Funny he should mention that. We hear from Zephyr Tail.
Ahoy, mateys! 'Tis I, Zephyr Tail, your sunken sea captain and member of Apex. And I'm sure you're wondering what's going to be going on here. Why are members of Apex coming two-for-tit to Warzone? Well, sit back and let me tell you a tale of betrayal and shenanigans, the likes of which will curl your toes. You see those scallywags, the outlaws? They done us wrong. They attacked us, CJR killer. He ran over our leader, Nero Napier, with a car. He helped that blighter, their baby boy, Suicide Gemini, get the poison that affected my mate Blight Hallis. And at first, we were content to let the Honorable Jerry Aldini deal with it, because he seemed to be working on having a hand in punishing those blighters. But then this administration started getting involved and saying, oh no, Mr. Aldini, you can't punish these lads. They have letters of marque from us to do what they want. Well, you know what we say at Apex. Apex never forgets. Apex never forgives. Something you should understand, Mr. Registered Anon. So, with Mr. Aldini not being able to deal with those shiteholes the way he should, Apex offered to come and help out. Don't know if you noticed what's going on over on Flashbang with your baby boys, Suicide Gemini, and me mates over there. Well, we're here to do the same. So, Outlaws, consider yourselves on notice. Apex is coming for you!
So we got the Sunken Sea Captain with pretty much calling out the entirety of the Warzone roster. So we have effectively two camps of Apex. We have Apex Warzone, Apex Flashbang. And Apex Warzone so far is Zephyr, Blight, and Lapis Minotauros. And that's a very, very deadly trio.
Absolutely. As he mentioned, Apex does not forgive, nor do they forget. So we're gonna have to see who they're sending next, or beyond HR, if they have any other people that they're out for the blood of. We got a tweet out from one Theron Eldrazi. You boys are in for it. Apex, your ass deep in alligators and don't even know it. More of that, I'm sure we'll see this upcoming show on Saturday. I was wondering, interestingly, because that is Theron's tag team partner, so I'm curious on how he's going to respond to that, whether verbally or, just taking it right to them, or filing a complaint, shall we say.
I mean, also, ass deep in gators, it's Apex. It's a faction full of anthropomorphized animals and like absolute freaking monsters. They probably have gators guarding the compound right now. Just saying. Anyway, we're going to go right into a triple threat match coming up here on Warzone. And, wait. Sure? Sure about that? Alright. Cool. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, give me just one moment here. Hello, MNW Firing Line. Hello, MNW Firing Line. Hello.
Hello there, can you hear me?
Yeah, how's it going?
Good. Just wanted to stop in for a moment. We were talking about Apex and their confrontation with the administration. Or at least with Mr. Eldrazi.
Yeah, especially after, not only Lapri, I believe Anon hired both of the Outlaws as part of his enforcing unit.
Correct.
Of course. I just have a message for Mr. Eldrazi, if you don't mind.
Go right ahead.
Theron, you seem like a sensible guy who does his job, makes his bread, and earns his keep around here, and for that I have nothing to say negative towards that, but I do have to call and question something. Why are you trying to poke the beast? Why are you trying to go against a faction that has claimed more victories than most people can imagine? Why are you trying to poke the bear, poke the beast of one of the most legendary world champions, Nero Napier? That's not even including every other member of Apex. They are like a hydra. You go after one of the heads and 8 others will climb down your throats, good sir. If I must remind you again that, yes, I am a fan of Apex, and I respect them. That is the big thing. I respect them because they are the most ferocious team out there that rules over Flashbang. And the fact that they have come to Warzone to have a talk with what's going on right now is a testament to how much power they have. And you want to pick a fight with them? Good luck.
Strong words from the great behemoth himself. I'd say, is there anything else that he'd like to tell the Firing Line audience, but he hung up. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Maximilian Thunder Thighs, and let's go right on and get into this triple threat match. Speaking of the administration, we have the Latino B himself, Viva la Raza, Buck Bumble, going up against, from the legal department, Gorewheel, and then representing Meme, we have pure, unadulterated Malice. And going out the start, we got just Malice flapjacking freaking Buck Bumble right onto the floor while Gore is just waiting idly by.
Yeah, it seems Malice is proving true to his word, wanting to file a complaint. Does this mean that every time some of the wrestlers file complaints, they're going to be thrown into the ring now?
I mean, I wouldn't be against it.
I mean, yeah, it is one way to get some aggression out.
I mean, that's one way of doing it, but I mean, does that go for just the wrestlers, or do we have to do that as well? Because I'm not gonna lie, y'all have seen the image that I'm using on this little doohickey over here. I don't have the strongest arms; they're all noodles. I'm not a fighter.
I'm not getting in a ring.
No, I'm not getting in a ring either. Fuck that.
No. not even for like a, I mean, okay, maybe for charity. That's about it though. I shouldn't be anywhere near a ring. Like, we just want to commentate. You guys are much cooler.
I like talking about wrestling more than actually, you know, being able to wrestle.
No, it is absolutely just, you can't just throw anyone into the ring. Here at MNW, they want to take the finest of competition from across the multiverse. The most trained individuals, the most prepared individuals, the most physically fit individuals, by large. We don't go anywhere near that category, so hopefully the commentary stays far away from the ring, as far as any challenges go.
Yeah. And then lifting up Buck Bumble into the blue screen. Buck just immediately fighting on out of it. I mean, I would not doubt that if Buck had both of these guys scouted. I mean, Gore with his literal Gore wheel finish, and then Malice's blue screen is, that blue screen is deadly, ladies and gents. I'll say that. Going in for a count and kicking right out to his Malice. I'm not gonna lie, Malice is gonna be the biggest freaking hurdle in this entire match. Gorewheel is a very tough individual, but honestly, if you want to win, I would either pin Buck or Gorewheel. Oh, it looks like he was gonna go for a Mega Buster, but Buck interrupted and gets a suplex for his troubles. Oh, that was a Brain Buster, actually. Hold up. And just double axe handles over double axe handles. And Inseguri. Oh god, just pressing the boot up to Buck's chin.
That is a lot of flexibility from Gorewheel.
The meat. Have you seen his ride called the Meat Wagon? Trust me, that's
no.
it's the gas pedal's in a weird position.
Well, I mean, must be a great workout.
Yeah,
Or will kicking out.
it's like doing yoga. Little jive and a shake, and then going in for the sting. Going for that cover. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Buck Bumble. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually when I was watching this back, I was very surprised that it was Malice who got pinned over Buck or Gorwheel. Malice is by far one of the more resilient out of the three. So for Buck to pin him like that, well, that had to take a great deal out of not only him, but also Gorwheel.
He fly, he be, he's Sting.
And Sting he does.
Here is our victor. I'm very happy to see Bumble out, just trying to make folks happy. The Latino B, Black Bumble, yes. Twitter's trending again. Very happy to see him just entertaining the masses, making MNW just like a great place to tune in for watch some wrestling.
And also thank you for the resubscription. There's Squinto Bean. Thank you for the support. I hope you enjoy your emotes. Oh yeah, I forgot y'all can't hear that. Sorry. So because I don't have an alert box on any of this, it does not play on the stream, but I hear it still. It's weird. Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of like what social media is saying. Buck, the completely neutral party in the administration versus meme right now, especially with Sawyer kind of. I'm not sure if he ditched meme or if he is moonlighting for the administration. I don't know the entirety of those details. But yeah, Buck, who's kind of sorry.
Yeah, I recall from several weeks back. It seemed like I believe it was Anon in reference to Sawyer, because HR helped arrange the match up against Carnival, whom Sawyer was feuding with at the time. Joining HR's department in the administration for a period of time was his end of the deal. So he has to live up with the bargain as some sort of contract. I don't know if he can get out of that or not, but that was the stipulation, and I don't know how long he's going to be here for. I mean, he's now attacked Bizarro Duo backstage as a result of this, and Malice has been trying to file complaints. It's not looking very good right now. But we'll have to see. I mean, Sawyer seems smart. He'll probably find a way out of it.
But until then, we will be getting into that later on in the night. But until then, we actually go right back down to the ring to hear from the co-commentator of MNW Warzone. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a nice little sit-down interview, or in this case, a stand-up interview, with Michael Montoya.
How's it going, folks? It's me, commentator you know and love, Michael Montoya here. I'm actually going to bring you an interview today, and my subject for this interview is some of you like him, which I don't understand. Like you like, how stupid you people have to be to like these people, huh? Just the brain-dead idiots who throw themselves into this ring. All right, I try to give insightful commentary, and you all boo me. But anyway, that's besides the point. Here in a moment, coming down to the ring to join me for an interview here is a man who I don't enjoy, a man who annoys the crap out of me backstage. It's Seth. Yep. I'm coming down. How's it going? Now I'm gonna do real quick, just do a little selfish thing. And I just want to let the world know that Jiff has a big announcement for next week. We are going to enter the Trios tournament, but Who's our third member, you may be asking? Find out next week. But how's it going, Montoya? You're looking like
Yeah, okay. Well, while you think about that, Seth, I got some things to say to you. One of which being, what the actual hell have you been thinking? Going after someone like XR Kun with this whole thing. This is less an interview and more me coming out here and trying to steer you in the right direction because you're an idiot.
He's a scary, evil man with scary, evil powers. He's training little guy in the mask, but he has a title. All right? And if evil people's proteges get titles, that means he's pretty evil, pretty magic. So that's something I got to deal with. Pretty evil, pretty magic. That's usually that's the warning signs I look for.
Okay. Yeah, that describes like half the roster, you big, dumb piece of grade B beef. You idiot. Even just the other week, you know who was out here? Earl King Wes. You know who cast darkness on the ring? Earl King Wes. You big idiot.
Wait a minute. Thinking about it. And now that I've thought about it, you hurt my feelings by calling me an idiot, first off. And second off, oh yeah, I forgot he was here. I forgot did I come over here to Warzone first, or did he? Is he following me? That son of a bitch. Oh, you know what? I'll get on that, Michael.
Yeah, you go get on that, and you know what? You take it to the. I heard, the south side of the locker room. Yeah, he's over there. Away from my area. Away from my locker. Yeah, he was doing stuff over there. So if you could just stay in that area from now on, and not bring your garlic-smelling ass anywhere near me, that would be great, Seth.
That's not fair. All right. I'm a decent man. I have garlic. I have meat lovers, but I have never. All right. If I had ordered a Hawaiian pizza, maybe I would have deserved this sort of treatment, but I don't. All right.
Okay. I'm just telling you that you smell, all right? So just go, like Earl King West, he did the whole thing. He cast darkness in the ring. It's a dead end. They're preparing for a title defense, Seth. Why would they be trying to do some grand machinations thing? So you and APA, I'm sorry, Jiff, you and Jiff. Yeah, sorry, because there's no difference. You both do nothing. All right, you just need to go back there and do your job, Seth. I don't really have any more questions for you. I'm sure the audience wants me to ask you questions about where you come from, who you are, but I don't care. Just go. I'm done.
So, Michael Montoya's first in-ring interview went well. Yeah, let's just say it went well.
I mean, he didn't get suplexed, he didn't get punched, he didn't get thrown out of the ring. And Seth didn't take it too hard. But he did get some very important information. We now learn that Jeff is going to enter the Trios tournament. And that means, as well, they need to announce their third member, which I'm not so sure about. I haven't heard anything about that, so that'll be a nice announcement. I believe this coming show on Saturday.
So, okay, what you just said there, I think I'm a little behind, actually, because I thought that the Trios tournament was called off because of what Anon said last week.
I mean, maybe Seth just didn't get the memo and he wants to throw his hat in anyways. I mean, that sounds like a very Seth Jackson thing.
It does, yeah. He's probably like a couple weeks behind because his Internet Explorer didn't update him just yet on the news, but anyway.
We got to mention on Twitter,
Yeah.
we had the Outlaws support Michael Montoya, but we don't support him being this big of a D-bag to the lovable goof Seth Jackson. I mean, Seth's not really that bad. I mean, even he doesn't like pineapple on pizza.
Hey, okay, listen, it's a choice.
Yeah, it's the wrong choice, but okay.
let's not get into this, or we will be here for about an hour.
We'll be fighting on Twitter for an hour. That is true.
Yeah, fucking. It's not bad. Hush you. Anyway,
Yeah.
going
All
in.
right, so what we got next?
Yeah, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we got a singles match set for one fall. The Demon Sharkman himself, Karkaradon, going up against the Velvety Muppet Man, Carnival. Looking like he's in his usual attire. Yay! This guy, this outfit.
Can't stop looking at
Definitely not the fucking Conquest one.
inhibits. See, there we go. It's
I mean,
registered and right to file.
no, I don't know what to think. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't. The reason for assless chaps is they protect your thighs. Why are you wearing trunks with assless fucking chaps? I don't know.
Never mind.
Sorry, it's a style choice that I do not agree with.
I mean, it kind of suits him in a way. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. But it's anyways, Kakaradon and Carnival. I don't know if they have any shared history or anything like that, but Carney, it just seems very happy to be in singles competition with the bloodline going after other belts now.
Yeah, because like I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if like Carnival and Gorm try to go for tag titles, or not Princess Boots, Lady Boots tries to go for in case Hightower doesn't beat Sir McCheese, she could try and go for the Big Oof Championship, especially with
That's
Semjex.
true.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's true actually. Are any members of the Conquest Bloodline, have they entered the hardcore division before? Because they also have that, and I'd say that probably out of most factions, they're best suited to maybe that sort of field.
Gorm is a former 3 or 4 time hardcore champion.
Ah, very interesting. So definitely some history there.
I want to say 3. That sounds like a good number.
Velvety Muppetness is
And they got Karkaradon. Ooh, nice little freaking hip. I can't tell if that was a hip toss or like a half suplex into a hip toss. Oh, a crucifix bomb, it looks like.
into the avalanche, trying to go for that back slide, just slamming Carney down.
Ooh, God.
Big moonsault there.
It surfs up.
Yeah.
And he's coming up again!
Oh, going in for a swanton, but Carnival gets right on out of there. Got anyone who says that Carnival is like the fall guy for the Conquest Bloodline, surely mistaken here.
Another big stomp to the back of Karkaradon.
No, I don't think there's any members really that would be Fall Guys necessarily. That they all are very brutal in each their own way. Not to be fooled by Carnival's outfit. Be very much a vicious competitor, as we saw. Because even though he was put out for a couple days or hours up against Sawyer, he took a lot to put down. As we see with this, oh no. Not that pin. Okay. Alright, we have our winner, Carnival of the Conquest Bloodline. Yeah.
Yeah, why that pin? I'll fucking never know.
Karkaradon, you get a pass in the book of Montoya.
And here we have Karkaradon being a good, coming up, Carnival being a good sport, and respect. Karkaradon and Carnival raises Carnival's hand.
He doesn't look very happy about it, Joe.
He touched the Muppet hand. I wouldn't be
Creepy-
fucking happy about it
creepy.
either.
Creepy soft, yes. Ugh. Okay.
That he talks to the fucking sock, and the sock talks back. That's the crazy thing. I don't know if he's like if it's a ventriloquist thing, or like, what's going on with that? But it's creepy.
let's not think about it too much. Very good show of sportsmanship, however, I'm part of Carcharodon, and that was a good match. Very interesting to see Carnival again. Going more the singles route. Maybe he's just trying to explore his options. Maybe debut some outfits or just air out the closet. I don't know. But I'm sure we'll be seeing more of both competitors in the very near future.
I shouldn't draw attention to this because the idea of it is just makes me want to gag. But social media has a very interesting thought. What if Carnival was like a rejected Chippendale?
No. Okay, moving on.
We are going to be
Right,
let's try and feel like we're on cloud 9 for a moment and hear from the Grandmaster Defunk.
Hello, my babies! It is I, your Grandmaster Defunk, bringing you the wisdom down from Cloud 9. Oh, and I got a special message for that bucket of bolts, the so-called Cyber-Siberian. Nice, dude. Communism is dead. As dead as your wrestling career. Let me be clear, baby. You make all the threats you want. The funky one is not scared even a little bit. For I have the might of the great bull at my disposal. I got bigger fish to fry than you, baby. No, we got trios action happening. And what do I have? Oh, baby, I got a trio. Woohoo! That's right. The Grandmaster is throwing Cloud9's hat in the ring for the trios opportunity at Multiverse. Come on, Bress. You know you want us. We are the showstoppers. We are the show toppers. You want us taking on those barnyard animals at Multiverse and bringing the trios belts. Ooh, woohoo!
Maybe Defunct forgot some notes or something. He looks upset.
Yeah.
Did Defunct misspeak or?
I don't know. I mean, this is
Okay, hold on. Un momento. ¿Qué pasó, Funk? How's it going, man? Oh no, angry. Okay, no, I'm pissed. Okay, dude, I'm really pissed. All right, you keep treating us like yo soy no es pendejo. All right, we're not stupid. You keep treating us like we're nothing but your lackeys. Okay.
Baby, this is the way of Cloud9. I am laying knowledge on you straight from the great bull himself. This is how you get funky. This is how you become the top monkey. This is how I am going to make you great, baby. Just need to trust in your Grandmaster, and I will lead you to the path of enlightenment as the great bull has shown me.
Okay, well, maybe I don't want to get funky, that chunky monkey. Maybe I don't want part in that. You know? Okay? And I'm going to say something that no one has ever thought of or said before. I think the Great Bull thing, all right, might just be a load of Great Bull shit. Okay? I was going to say it. Is it like an MLM thing, dude?
Baby, how can you say that about the ways of the Great Bull? He has shown me how to reach the top. He held so much power in his time. How could I not follow his example? Do you know he dominated all things during his time? And that is what I am showing you how to do, baby.
Okay, dude, but like, I've never seen him. You put that guy in the hospital, dude. Like, come on. What's the matter? He's still in like Nebraska or wherever. I was like, again, I can't help but feel like this whole thing was a scam just to get us. You wanted us to take a couple of pins for you. That's what you wanted. This multi-level marketing scheme bullshit, huh? We Herbalife to you? Is that what Sarge and I are?
Oh, baby, no, you are the way. You are the future. I am guiding you. I am molding you. I'm going to make you the greatest ever. Just follow the ways of Defunk and the ways of the Great Bull, and I will bring you to the very cream of the crop.
I don't want cream. I don't want monkeys. I don't want chunks. I don't want bulls. I want to win something. And we've been doing nothing but losing. And it's your fault. It's this bull's fault. It's all of this bullshit's fault, all right? I know I'm not the
most well-spoken or charismatic or well-kept or the good.
Baby, you are overstressing. I understand it can be hard. The ways of the great fall are not for all. I chose you because I see something special in you. You must trust in me. I will lead you the way. Let these doubts go. Be one with the funk, and the funk will be with you. This is the way, baby.
Oh, sure, you've been with me for a while watching me get my ass kicked and not doing anything about it. How about maybe like showing me a hold or, correcting some technique or running, Sergeant I through some training drills instead of sitting there talking about a guy, again, who you put in the hospital, bro. It's messed up. All right, you're making me almost curse. Anyway, I'm gonna go maybe talk to fans or no.
So we have Ignacio Cervantes pretty much calling out Defunk on supposed, well, his words, not mine, bullshit. Almost like Cloud9's not really much of a he's pretty much calling it a scam.
I mean, scams are very capitalist. I don't know as much of the Grapple thing to really give you an example. I don't know if it's fanaticism, if there's an actual. I struggle to say religion. I just don't really look into that side of things. But people have just been noticing how underhanded Defunk and the rest of Cloud9 have been in regards to just their victories in general, or just any of their matches. As we saw, even Payne catching quite a bit of heat for his actions in Defunct's match against Locken, all to try to recruit the man into Cloud9.
Yeah, and obviously that didn't really come to pass, but it looks like that Defunct's trying to put Nice Ice into his rear view as he wants to go for the trios titles. And until then, we're just going to go right on ahead and get into some trios action. How's about that? We have Juan Chance teamed up with Rapture New Road and Yaka Niku Party going up against the administration and Big Papa Plutonium. Every time. I have to add this every time because it just blinds your freaking eyes. So we have the head of merchandising, Albatross, the head of the complaints department in HR Sawyer, and Big Papa Plutonium. I'm not sure if he's actually a part of them. All I know is that he's still allied with Gorewheel, so I guess associated. Going up against the aforementioned Juan Chance, Yaki, and Rapture New Road. It's a very interesting matchup, to say the least.
I don't think I have much oxygen left in my brain, Jerry. Well, I know he's paying you to say that list.
Absolutely, just they've got quite a bit of work out for them, though, because the main man, as he has spoken about it before, he's done a lot in this company, and now he's set his eyes on the Multiverse Heavyweight Championship.
Right, and that was their guy essentially to win the title. I apologize. It has been a week. I could not remember.
Absolutely. HR and Anon, they seem to be pushing for the main man as the new contender, and essentially have already selected him, and for very dubious means. Although Zeko hasn't been entirely opposed to the idea, just in general, speaking about how it's just another challenge for him to overcome and make a statement through his own very long reign. Now it will be a year at Multivania in regards to the multiversal heavyweight belt.
Very true, very true. I mean, a year-long reign, and honestly, it's felt like it's been a year already, especially with everything that Zaka's been doing with that title. You got the usual appearances, but then like all the matches that he's been having, as well as, I mean, participating in the C101. That's
The absolute trial that was.
wrestling.
Absolutely.
Wrestling back to back for 9 weeks straight is no easy feat.
And not just in Warzone, up against pretty much some of the Flashbang competition, as it were.
Well, a couple of the Flashbang people.
Yeah. Even so, just all that travel and the back-to-back matches, that's very arduous.
And it's here we see the Doctor of Albenomics tagging in the main man, the Chernobyl Chad, the Giga Chad, the list goes on. How much is it at now? Like 36 names?
Yes, enough to make Montoya nearly pass out every time he tries to read it.
God, just imagine, like, I was just imagining, like, Big Papa Plutonium to, just, like, go in there and just say, like, just look at Montoya and go, hey, read this as my match goes on, and just gives him a whole list of it.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Oh no, I just had a terrible thought. Do you think he could technically legally get his name changed to include all of those titles?
God, I hope not.
Yeah, no, I mean, that would be a very domain man thing to do.
The Rad Radioactive Lad. Oh, God, that's a good one. Add it to the list. And not only do we add one to the list, but we add another win to the main man's winning streak. So your winner, the team of the administration and the Chernobyl Chad himself, the main man. And yeah, definitely a whole lot of momentum going into Domain Man's title shot against Zako Duo. All right.
Absolutely. We've got a that's gonna be just absolute slog of a match. Can't wait for it though, actually.
Hey, while you're over there, can you grab me a water bottle real quick?
Yep. One sec.
Thank you.
Oh, here I come wheeling back. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been hot out here. Even in the back offices, sometimes the AC goes out. So it's yeah. That's also part of why I had to step away. My face was just getting so red. It's been hot back here. Anyways, on with the show. What do we have next?
Yeah, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we got more trios action for ya. We got Gunnar Birch, Whitney Lee, and Kelly of the Omega Club going up against Absolute Washington, TJ the Mint Gable, and Forrest the Fortress Wade in the Absolute Units. As well as, ironically enough, Forrest the Fortress Wade tweets out, I feel like I'm the only sane one in this administration. Yeah, you seem to be the most chill. And here we see Kelly, Gunnar, and Whitney Lee going through some sort of like training of themselves, especially after previously last week we saw Whitney just go absolutely nuts in their last match. And kind of just take most of it, like a good 80% of the match for himself. Gunnar was rightfully upset.
No, absolutely. But that is the challenge of new supervision, new lead, and new goals. I'm absolutely certain. Kelly, so of course, wanting to make her presence known ringside. As is, I would argue, as is tradition. It's just really appropriate for Omega Club to do so. And she's not wanting to miss out on the action either. But speaking of not missing out on things, the absolute units, it very much seemed like they playfully commented on how did MNW seriously think they wouldn't notice a trios tag contention was in the air? And I would agree. I've been waiting to see them go for the trios for a while now, actually, since Multivania.
I'm just saying if they didn't any of these three didn't throw their hats, like their names into the hat, for sure, I can guarantee you, 100%, that Mama Wade would have. She would have called Anon. She would have called Jerry Aldini directly, and said, "Put my boys in contention."
I would be in agreement. A comment actually from Forrest Wade that this was the first meeting of Omega and the units in the ring.
Really?
Very interesting.
Oh
Yeah.
God! I keep forgetting about that big boot that he does.
Oh, that is absolutely brutal against the light frame Kelly in comparison. And we got Gunner coming into the ring to break it up. Kelly, however, fortunately kicks out, although... Oh, man, Gunner takes DDT straight to the mat. Hopefully Kelly buys him some time to recover and get out of there before he gets brutalized again. But it looks like I believe that was a hot tag or just... Oh,
Looks like just a regular tag, and we got seriously Whitney Lee, and then a nice Samoan drop from Absolute Washington.
just putting a boot to Gunner really quick to try to get him out of the way. As he's trying to get out of the ring. There we go.
Honestly speaking, though, no offense to the Omega Club, but if I'm going to be completely honest when it comes to people who I would like to see go up against AAA and potentially become Trios champions, it is going to be the Absolute Units. Like, their cohesion comes from decades of chemistry. I mean, they've been together. They've been best friends since freaking high school. And, like, it's just, like, they got an amazing brotherhood going for them.
No, absolutely. And it's just, you can't really replace just organic teamwork in that essence. We've got Absolute Washington, 2, 3, and that takes it for the Absolute Units with a victory over Omega Club. Very well done, gentlemen.
Very well done and well deserved. And Omega Club is still working out some kinks for themselves, especially with this Trios tournament coming up, or this Trios opportunity, should I say, to be a bit more exact, coming up. Yeah. But they still have a lot to work on, and I honestly think that just give them some time, especially with this new management style. Give them time, and they could become. I'll say it. They could recapture their former glory and pretty much be decorated in gold.
I definitely see the potential, and in frankness, you need to be able to throw yourself up against some very experienced talent. There's, do it live, as they say. There's really no better way to learn and scout out the competition than in the ring directly, and they did not do poorly for a first-time encounter. They haven't fought the Absolute Units before, although I'm sure they've got some ideas. I doubt this will also be the last time that we'll see this matchup, so it's going to be interesting to see how they respond, especially with Gunner and Whitney Lee apparently needing to work out some things. But I'm sure Kelly can crack the whip and point them in the direction they need to go.
I don't doubt she has like an actual like whip that she's like smacked, like she like kind of gets like around them with. Because like, it's got like a
way that it's taking us this long actually to reach Omega's level. Interesting.
To be fair, Wade, I hope you hear this, but like I think you guys have been on about the same level for like the past year and a half now, because like you guys were in the tag tournament, the tag version of the C101, and did a very good job capturing the tag team titles in your own right. So, honestly speaking, I think you guys are about, I mean, especially after this, I think you guys are about at the same level, and you have been for a while now. This just proves it. And I don't say that to make anyone feel good or feel bad. I just report facts.
A win is a win is a win. But
Yeah. But until then, we have another match coming right on up here. We have another rendition of Suplex Sam's Bizarre Adventure here. And he is going up against Fear, the Terror Angel. Now, for those who don't remember, Suplex Sam is in a very precarious situation. This is officially a no DQ match, but Suplex Sam cannot use any weapons. He can only use his fists. Because he's pretty much trying to prove to Dagoric, I can beat anybody in any kind of hardcore match, but I don't need a weapon.
You know, I think the thankful thing is that halo is intangible, thankfully. Yeah, it's just misty light. Yeah.
So yeah, we have Fear the Terror Angel, multiple-time Nexus Titan champion, former Big Oof champion himself. No, I don't think he was a tag champion. I think I'm wrong in that regard. Probably am.
It's the drip. It's the drip, Jerry. You know about drip. Every time I have drip,
And we got just nice little backdrop there from Suplex Sam. Just wailing right on him. So I kind of hope, like, I'm actually kind of curious how many of these matches is it going to take for Dagoric to see. I mean, he wants the pain. He wants the blood.
What's Sam doing?
How much is going to be enough to satisfy Dagoric, and how much is it going to take to give Suplex Sam a shot? Like, I understand that, you know, Suplex Sam, he's VIP. He doesn't really... a lot of people think that they kind of had their opportunities for gold. But honestly speaking, I actually kind of like the self-imposed challenge that Suplex Sam has gone on. I don't know. It's adding an extra layer, you know?
Those children deserve to be taunted, Jerry.
And just ramming his head against the barricade. Not sure if that counts as a weapon or not. Then again, if you want to make the argument, Suplex Sam is probably, I mean, people are weapons. Oh, just throws the freaking kendo stick down. I mean, also, like I was saying, like if you want to think about it, people are weapons in a sense.
true, people are weapons. Hello.
Hello
I
again.
had to get myself some water after I forget to get myself a second bottle just in case.
Yeah, we do talk a lot.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
And
is the three amigos.
a nice little triple suplex there from Suplex Sam.
Do anything but hurt.
Oh, just freaking throwing him into the turnbuckle.
So pretty much your soul sister.
So yeah, Faye, what do you think about like Suplex Sam's like self-imposed challenge so far?
Bringing him over, bringing him up on the knee.
It very much seems like a thing where, and it's very unusual for the hardcore division. It's not like there's a rule that you have to use weapons, but it's a very interesting challenge, and it's very much a we might see and understand more of it the more that we see him do it. Although I'm interested in seeing for how long he can keep up with that, as contention could last years. Hopefully not, but we're gonna have to see, because he's got quite the bit to prove, as it seems. As Dagoric has not been happy. He doesn't think he's been brutal enough.
Yeah, that is very true.
Going for a superplex here.
It's like it also kind of paints a question of, oh God, full Nelson suplex off the top rope. One, two, three. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner is Suplex Sam.
Suplex
And
Third time
oh
Sanders
man,
managed
that's the
it. Now, this is the
I
question.
believe that's the
Has he
third win he has had in a row.
finally impressed the dagger?
And
Will he get his shot at the Warp Gate Hardcore
although it
Championship?
still kind of begs the question of how much is going to be enough, as well as if Suplex Sam does challenge for the hardcore title, does that mean that he will challenge Daggerick with no weapons? Or is he going to be given access to it and then probably not take it because of habit?
I'm not so sure because I'm not sure. Maybe Dagrick might try to force him to use them at some point. I'm not too sure. Dagrick is I mean, as the title in his hands shows, he is the most brutal member of the roster currently. And he's really not above, I believe, just handing a weapon to his opponent to try to get them to fight him. He loves it. He loves the brutality. He loves just the absolute carnage in the ring. And there's not enough if there's not enough carnage, it's just not a hardcore match for him as far as he's concerned.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but here's the thing though. Sam's kind of been bringing it to them even without the use of weapons. I mean, he's bringing the carnage. He's just bringing it with his fists and his suplexes. Although that kind of paints a very interesting picture. If say Suplex Sam gets a shot and wins the hardcore title, will that mean that he would probably enforce that rule onto others before contending?
That's a very interesting question. Maybe Michael can interview him, or someone can pose the question on his road to the title contention.
Hopefully, but until then, we have a bit of a... So we got some footage from backstage that I would like to kind of take a look at real quick, because HR Sawyer is attacking Zacho in front of Paul over there from the brass. Looks like Zacho's trying to file a complaint, and, well, here's the head of the complaints department. Oh, hey, there's Renee Paquette. Not really sure who she's talking to. Guess she's trying to interview people for her podcast. Not really sure who that guy, like, who's there, though. Anyway, so once again, we have just Sawyer just going absolutely ham on his Robro. Oh, back in the brass office. And up and down. Just smacking him with a briefcase. Ooh, off switch onto our HR Sawyer.
Maybe just trying to just beat him unconscious until he maybe wakes up as his former friend. Or her friend? I'm not sure. Things are not looking good for the two of them.
Yeah, like, this is, like... The word complicated feels like an understatement for this entire situation. Like, what is going on with Sawyer to the point to where he's attacking his Robro? Like, I understand that they were trading back some barbs back and forth. And especially, like... Oh, God, I mean... Zacho thinks Sawyer is living in the past. Like, what... Oh. Ah, I see. Well then. Anyway, sorry, I completely forgot about something, but I just not remembered reminded myself, and it's been a thing. All right, but yeah, so like I don't know, like have you heard Sawyer mention anything about this?
About attacking
about like Zacho. About like Zacho himself.
there was a conversation. If we recall earlier in the On Fire Line, how we were reviewing the Sawyer, or not the Sawyer, Malice interacting as far as filing a complaint with Gorewheel from legal. The last time we heard Sawyer mention Zacho like very clearly was in the presence of Malice, I want to recall, and him mentioning something about a plan, how he's not pulling a Starscream, but Malice kind of still walked off and mentioned he was going to file a complaint, and that was the last we heard of it. Sawyer kind of leaving and capping that encounter by saying that Zacho needs him right now. Just a lot. Sawyer's been talking a lot in code recently. And it's got me really concerned that maybe he can't, perhaps because of his nature, perhaps because of his programming. Yeah, I mean, he's gone out and said that straight up, that's HR. When he's HR, he's just with HR. And maybe he treats them as two different selves. But I'm starting to think that things are getting, some wires are getting crossed here, and it's not going to end very well, at least on the part of Sawyer. Zacho is still a very resilient individual. Like, a beatdown like this is not going to take him out. I completely believe that. And Malice, I believe he's going to be there for Zacho. But now my concern is, if Zacho and Malice are going to be together, does that mean they're going to end up facing Sawyer?
Well,
whether he wants to or not.
You mentioned coded messages, and that just so happens to be our Warzone promo of the week. We got here at Firing Line got a copy of what was being said between Sawyer and Gorewheel, and well, you all can take a look and see if you can figure it out.
This Gorewheel.
Ah, greetings, heavy metal unicorn lawyer that sings into my butthole legally.
Indeed, and I'll be singing later. Where you?
Naught's had, all spent, where our desire is got, without content.
I don't do cryptic. I did it in basic.
I'm in a metal container, with no exit. It's cold, but safe at the same time.
Well, that sounds wonderful. Not to worry. I know where to look.
Mr. Unicorn?
Yes, mate.
I hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw space with the tuning fork does a warp link on hard killing rock. I need scissors 61.
I know, right? But before that, this is what the admin needs from you. When you're ready to begin the tea party, please smack Mr. Zeta in his bitch face. Knock off his head so you can stick old Zacho head back on top. Then, prepare for the examination, where they're gonna conduct it.
I'm the conductor of the poop train.
Aha, perfect. Let's get you ready.
Lolly loo lay low. Lolly loo lay low. Lolly loo lay low.
I hope y'all can figure that out, because I'm stumped. Like, I think I understood part of it. Smack the Zeta to put the old Zaku head back on. So I guess that means attack Zacho, because.
And then prepare for an examination. What?
I don't. Trust me, I have no idea.
I mean, I hope they didn't. I hope Sawyer wasn't told to go mess with Zacho's wiring. We don't really need that.
I mean, he would be the more familiar than anybody in the entirety of MNW, outside of Chaz.
Yeah,
outside of Chaz Lee, but Chaz Lee is not going to be taking any calls.
Please don't mention any member of the Murder Cave. Because it's they're always still a lurking threat, and you know. But yeah, that's I hope Zach goes okay, and I hope Sawyer. I hope whatever's going on gets resolved, because this is gonna end very, very badly.
Speaking of resolutions, let's all get into our penultimate match there, ladies and gentlemen. We got High Voltage, Leonid Sanchez, Aiden Zero, and Wonderball going up against the Three Kings, Ginger Boy, Strongman, and Fly Boy Bell. So this match is essential. So this match originally was booked before Andon's announcement, in which if whomever loses this match cannot, whoever loses this match cannot throw their hats in the ring for the trios opportunity at Multivania.
And not something the books can really control, but this would also end cap the feud between Ginger Boy and Aiden Zero, which has been going for such a long time at this point.
Before the C101.
Absolutely. It was the anticipated matchup, just Aiden Zero up against Ginger Boy, in which we saw Aiden Zero almost attempt to put Ginger Boy in second place, which would have denied him the spot to contend against Zeko Duo, which led to the steel cage match that we bore witness to. So it's going to be interesting to see if Aiden tries anything underhanded here, or if he just wants it all out slugfest. But Ginger Boy seems very happy to oblige by beating down as many members of High Voltage as possible. And here we see Strongman, actually, similar belief. I really fear the strong style that the Strongman makes great use of. He is such a fast man, but also just such a powerful man. Just look at that military press.
Yeah, it's that fusion. It's that fusion of Japanese strong style and lucha libre. I mean, I've talked with Strongman multiple times before, mostly because I had to translate Flyboy when Flyboy gets pissed off. But he is large. He is imposing, but he is as quick. He's about as quick as his brother. Granted, his brother takes it to a whole another level once he gets into second gear, but still.
Oh, absolutely. And just the teamwork and cohesion between the Three Kings, as it can't be any better than it is now. Really, they came into this with a very clear plan from the looks of it. Just wanting to put it all behind them.
And it looks like Sanchez is going down, taking a trip on the pain train, the Densha de Dolor. Strongman usually does that before he sets up for the Oni combo.
Just flinging them over the ropes. Oh, ouch.
Wonderball is distracting Strongman enough to buy Lena some time, and it looked like it worked somewhat.
Although Strongman very quickly got it back as a result, and he's flinging the two apart, just get back on task, as it were.
With relative ease, but then again, he is the strongest, the physically strongest out of the Three Kings. You want one that can stun. Sorry.
No, it's just keep going.
You want someone who can stun your friggin' lights out with strikes? You go to Ginger Boy. You want someone who can press you into oblivion? Strongman. You want someone who can give you that high flying aspect? It's in the name, Flyboy.
Absolutely. I'm honestly, all things considered, I'm surprised that they didn't make this tornado tag so they could just fight anywhere in the freaking arena, you know?
Oni combo onto Sanchez, and that is a 3 count. God, we didn't even get to freaking talk about high voltage at all.
Yeah, you edited this down very quickly. This was, I believe, the longest match of the night, running in at about 26 minutes or so, if I counted correctly.
Yeah, I had to cut a lot of this match for time.
Absolutely. Yes, no, like you were saying, high voltage. Apparently, like, those three aren't even the original members anymore.
No, so high volt. So a brief history. High voltage started off with Justice Jake back when he went by Justice Jake, and Chaz Lee, and then when Aiden Zero got back from prison after getting wrongfully thrown in there because of the Inquisition. Well, wrongfully thrown in there because of the Inquisition, as well as Louis McDonald. That kickstarted that whole bit. Jake took Aiden under his wing and trained him up a bit and added him into high voltage. And then after a while, Wonderball came in. And then after that, Leonid Sanchez came in. And then once Chaz betrayed them and Jake left, it was just kind of left to Aiden leading the faction and then kind of essentially raising these two kids that he seems to have inherited. I say kids, but Wonderball's at this point a very seasoned individual.
Absolutely. And so it very much seems like they're trying to build up from the remnants of what was once a very rather large faction and a very old faction going back to the days of the Inquisition. But I'm just very unfortunate to see that. Granted, of course, the Three Kings teamwork was just surpassing theirs. High Voltage, they are now out of the trio's contention. They can't challenge for those belts anymore. So,
well, they can't challenge for this opportunity. They can always come back and do it once another opportunity presents itself.
Which is going to be very interesting to see. High Voltage's history has sort of proclaimed that eventually members will either leave or betray the faction. And it's going to be interesting to see if, with Aiden Zero, he's even been getting called out in the past few weeks, saying, asking whether people asking him whether or not he's tired of being betrayed all the time and just being left behind, which I'm sure is very, very frustrating, but he hasn't really spoken on it. And he hasn't mentioned anything in regards to boredom or anything from High Voltage.
I mean, I think he's more trying to stay focused on keeping his teammates, together. Like what they need right now is unity, and it's like you said, he's got a very steppable back. It feels like.
No, absolutely. I mean, if, once you get him going, he has a very good ability to get on people's bad side, as it were. He's not afraid of just throwing an insult or two out there, but High Voltage needs him, and they need each other. But it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here. I mean, they could always go for the other tag belts.
They always could.
Yeah, and there's those do need contenders as well. There's nothing stopping them from going that route.
I mean, the Outlaws do need contenders, and we haven't really heard hide nor hair of anyone trying to make a statement so far.
So far, yeah, but we're gonna have to see it because we don't know where that's going from now. So,
but for now, we come to our main event for Warzone. Oh man, and this one's a doozy. So this one is for an opportunity to face Semjax for his mega money in the big bank. And here we have the one who kind of kickstarted this entire thing, Mega Blitz X, going up against our man, Daverman.
The seasoned superhero himself, having in the previous week, not faced off against, but faced off with Mega Blitz X up against Semjax and Lady Boots of the Conquest Bloodline to win the chance. But Semjax felt that that wasn't enough, as Mega Blitz didn't get the pin. So he decided there was going to be another trial for him to overcome in the form of Daverman.
I could have sworn he got the pin. could be wrong, though.
It was Daverman who got the pin, if I recall correctly.
Huh. Right. Right then. All right. Sorry. Like I said, it's been a week and my memory is like absolute crap right now.
Absolutely. It's it's a rather unfortunate matchup because I believe everyone in the crowd mostly everyone in the crowd would have rather seen both superheroes taken into the bloodline, just a united heroic faction. Because granted, Mega Blitz does want to run solo though, so this will have to prove that first off he can go toe to toe with some of the best superheroes in the business, and secondly that he has what it takes to take on the bloodline, even potentially alone.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I highly doubt that either individual is going to go against the Conquest bloodline alone after this. Like, if not, like personally speaking, if this mostly proves that that they can both go to distance to overcome these odds, and sorry.
And I mean, even if one of them, say Daverman were to get the money in the bank and he were to challenge Sam Jax, I don't doubt that Mega Blitz would be there up on the ramp, just waiting to intercept Gorm or anybody else. He is not afraid to throw himself at anybody, and neither is really Daverman, as we saw with him just defending Sparrow, as well as just going up against VIP in the whole debacle of who called the Mounties. They look out, superheroes look out for each other in the business. They know, like, it's almost like they have a sixth sense when they know there's danger with each other. You know?
Mega flare onto Daverman. Going for that cover. 1, 2. Ooh. Almost got it, but no cigar. Kicking out at 2.
Absolutely. Daverman just reminding us that he is a very resilient individual. He did a lot to essentially self-graduate from the his own rookie status. I believe he used to go by Daver Boy, if I'm correct.
Yep. He used to go by Daver Boy, and then he became Daverman. At first he was a boy, and now he is a man.
Right, but it does make sense to a degree. Just the veteran superhero, just showing what it takes to go alone, just to show him exactly that you need to be at your peak performance in regards to chasing evil and ne'er-do-wells across the multiverse. As he is also a multiversal hero, if I'm correct.
I mean, it's the multiverse. We all have variants running around. I mean, I'm sure there's probably like a version of us as well. Probably, like a version of me who's not doing this job. Or like maybe there's like a version of Mega Blitz who is like your average human who isn't a common writer.
Oh, well, I mean, we can only see. Thankfully, we don't really run into incidents of multiversal doppelgangers encountering each other inside the arena. We don't need any of that. But there goes Mega Blitz for the pin again. 1, 2. And, another kick out nearly at 3.
The rider kicker is not enough to put away Daverman. Man, the Mega Flare, the rider kick. All kicking out at 2. What is it going to take out our man? Well, Excalibur. Sorry, Crossfire. I misspoke. 1, 2, 3. Crossfire and Mega Blitz is your winner. He is going to go on and face Semjax for the Mega Money in the Big Bank.
Just nearly collapsing in complete exhaustion. He had to throw every move in his arsenal out up against Semjax. Although, Although this does, I am going to pose a question a bit, but what are your thoughts on that?
I don't blame Mega Blitz for being near exhausted. I mean, Daverman himself has proven to be one of, if not the biggest contenders for the Multiverse Nexus Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Like, he has been in multiple number one contenders matches as well as Money in the Bank matches to contend, like, to even get close to the title. So, getting one over on such a main event presence such as Daverman, I mean, that can only mean one thing, is that not only is the time now for him to take this momentum and cash it in, essentially, no pun intended, but I would hope that this would give him the confidence to kind of take it and run with it, hopefully beat Semjax. I say hopefully as if I was Mega Blitz.
That will be very interesting, as it will essentially be Mega Blitz's test to see how well he shall perform on a big stage, on the main stage, essentially. I can think of very fewer. It's very unusual to have such a contention match, but he did the research. He's pushing himself forward and forward. He's accomplishing essentially what he wanted to set out. It's granted unknown parts, and it's going to be, no doubt, a very brutal, vicious path. But, if I know heroes, and I know the villains that they tend to face up against very well, something that they did about this match, the more that I think about it, the more I watch it back, the more I realize Mega Blitz essentially threw everything he had out against Daverman, correct? He displayed all of his moves, for the most part. It took a lot to put Daverman down, and Daverman also was not very shy to throw out his super heroic abilities. What I'm thinking is that this reminds me a lot of those episodes where villains take advantage of, say, two superheroes fighting against each other to scout out their moves. I'm just saying. That's a lot of information that Semjax could have gathered just there on both of them.
If Semjax is as smart as we all think that he is, especially with his grand plan that he keeps saying, I think that he has definitely taken this opportunity to actually, like, scout out Mega.
Oh god, I'm getting deja vu, and I don't really get why. It's something I've been thinking about a lot in the last few weeks, about how the villains love to take apart heroes by understanding and observing them, and then just sort of pulling them apart at the seams, just poking holes in them, frustrating them. We've seen it on Flashbang. We've seen what happens when heroes lose their temper, when they just get provoked, and they throw everything at their opponent. But it could be all in vain if Mega Blitz doesn't get a one-up on Semjax, which, personally speaking, I believe he does. I believe he has something that Semjax isn't expecting just yet. But until then, I can't wait to see more.
Me too. Yeah. Me as well. Hopefully that comes across on Saturday. But until then, we still have one thing left, and that is our Warzone moment of the week.
Oh my god, it's H.R. Sawyer is attacking Zacko. Apparently Zacko Duo was backstage looking for Red Shirt Anon to complain, found himself in the office of a member of the Brass, and Sawyer has gone after him. This is two men, a meme, fighting each other.
Robro versus Robro in the hallways here at MNW. Oh, this isn't good, Jerry.
Is this what that coded message between H.R. Sawyer and Gorewheel was about?
Oh, just bouncing. The head of Zakoduo off of the door frame. God, these two just destroying each other in the back offices.
Oh no, he's got that briefcase. Oh!
Oh! The gut from Zakoduo. Picks up the briefcase himself.
I never thought I would see this happen. Oh!
You have to wonder if Anon is watching from somewhere and what ramifications this will have on Meme.
I'm wondering if Malice is watching from somewhere.
R. Sawyer attacking his Robro, Zakoduo, and especially coupled with that cryptic message that him and Goriel were talking about. That is your moment of the week. And that's MNW Warzone. You can go ahead and check out Warzone Saturday at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/Dr_Caliban. And that is also Firing Line for this week, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to thank you all for tuning in. And Faye, is there anything that you would like to tell the Firing Line audience?
Stay safe, stay hydrated, check your computers. Generally just prepare. Make sure you're ready, you're prepped. Remember that signups are still available as far as the Warzone side goes. We are taking, Jerry is still taking signups in regards to some of the belts. Like, for example, the Nexus belt still needs its contender. And Kane really, really wants one, to my understanding. He cannot wait.
Yeah, he's been kind of chomping at the bits for a contender ever since winning the Nexus Titan Championship. But until then, for my co-host Faye Jinn, I am Joe Mojo, and we are signing out.
Greetings, Multiverse. I am Dr. Vincent Vladimir Caliban, mad scientist, master criminal, and leader of House Caliban. If you enjoyed the video you just saw, please, I invite you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's the proper thing to do.